Welcome to the 18th annual Sculpture by the Sea at Cottesloe, Western Australia. We would like to acknowledge the Whadjuk Noongar people, the traditional owners of the lands and waters where this exhibition takes place. My name's Michaela Castledine and I'm a local artist participating in this show, and I'm a proud participant of the Alcoa Schools Education Program. Alcoa is a founding partner of Sculpture by the Sea Cottesloe. The partnership has seen more than 32,000 students benefit from this exciting education program. I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of the exhibition, meeting artists featured in the education program and describing the inspiration around my own work. We're going to start the tour with the Alcoa Aluminium Sculpture Art Award winner for 2022, Tim McFarlane-Reid, and his artwork, Invitation.
This work is inspired by organic forms and ancient landscapes, the way nature carves out or erodes or builds up the forms we see in remote landscapes, soft rolling hills and edgy, craggy rock faces. It's an invitation for the viewer to share in the artist's experience of different landscapes, how a curve can make you feel like you are rolling up or down a hill, how steps can make you feel like you're climbing the side of a rocky cliff face. The work creates visual interest with different views to look through, framing different spaces at Cottesloe Beach, the hills, the surf, the groin, and the horizon through the centre of the sculpture.
My name is Britt Mickelson. I'm a WA artist, and this is my work Anthropocenic. This is the 5th time exhibiting at Cottesloe. This work is inspired by my first COVID lockdown, really, and the idea that we are all going to be trapped in this moment in time, and hence you have this miniature world captured in amber resin for all to see. And it's meant to, the idea is meant to be that we look upon this work in a million years to come, and then maybe these are the remnants of what we see of what humans used to be in our civilization.
Hi, my name is Sally Stoneman and I'm a West Australian artist. The title of this work is Taizé, and it actually translates from Japanese to stance, and so that informs the concept behind it. In 2018 I won the Sculpture by the Sea Sculpture Scholarship, and part of that money I put into going to Japan. And when I was there, I noticed on the Kimono Kodo trail, which is like a pilgrimage trail, walking trail that you can do, that there's lots of wayfaring cairns that are placed along the way to the different shrines. And I really love that concept of building a cairn, and also that it's like a prayer or a wish. And I've juxtaposed a man-made material of the rabbit-proof fence, which is recycled from the Murchison area in Western Australia, and a piece of granite rock from my property in the southwest. And so the concept was to build something that was signifying this moment in time, and also the precarious nature of moving our future forward.
Hi, it's Christine Simpson here. I'm the sculptor that's made pink, yellow and red. And that sculpture is an investigation into shifts in the visual and phenomenal colour fields of pink, yellow and red as they lie and abut each other to create an interesting dynamic through space. Also, the work is based on vertical tension and positive and negative spaces. So as you're walking around the work, as you locate yourself with centre front, profile, centre back and the other profile, the column of colour will tighten up and all negative space will disappear, and it will become a wall of colour. And then as you shift and walk around the perimeter, it will open, the vertical uprights will open up to the landscape and the sky, and then they'll close down again and shift into the next wall of colour.
Hello to all, my name is Moira Aleg, and this is my artwork this year. As you can see, it's oars or paddles, and there are 16 of them and they are all assembled, they are aluminium, and they are all assembled with a strong weld. And I wanted to create a notion of movement, because not only when you do sports with paddles you do a quite athletic movement, but also having a dialogue with the ocean movements, because it's in constant motion. So the aluminium, through its texture, is actually reflecting the colors of the surroundings, and that's what I wanted through the title, is that those paddles in all the angles they have reflect a different shade from the time of the day. It can be different in the morning and different at night.
Hey, I'm Carolina.
I'm Stephanie, and we've created this work called Fossil.
The starting point for our project was to work with recycled materials. We chose cat food cans because of the beautiful shape and interesting material.
And the colour glistens like golden treasure, so that was something really important to us, being a fossil. And the fact that we didn't have to paint the exterior colour helped with using the found object to its full potential.
We chose this shape because we wanted to create a shape that was appropriate for the site, so a beach-like shape, and we thought a pod-like shape would sort of have connotations of the ocean. It might be something that's washed up on the ocean, a carcass of a whale, a treasure.
Yeah, and having that found object is really important to us to being familiar to the audience. I think people can relate to this, and that's what makes it really special. They go, oh wow, you know, it's one can magnified as a collection of cans, and how interesting can you know, your disposal of your everyday object be? Like, can we stack it and make something wonderful?
G'day, I'm Tom de Munk Kerkmeer, Tom with the impossible surname, from Dutch descent. This is my work, Spin. As you can see, the planks are spinning. The work is about information technology throwing all this information at us, and not really being able to see what is true and what is not true anymore. Half-truths, full truths. So there's planks here that have words or numbers on them. This particular plank is a little bit kind of could be seen about the crazy kind of pin codes that we need nowadays, more and more complicated to access whatever we need to access. The ones with the colors are broadband planks, so that's also kind of a spin on, pardon the pun, on the broadband access, internet access.
My work at Sculpture by the Sea from Chaos.com's order was really looking at the actual site itself and the proximity to the coastline, and how the idea of chaos theory is embedded, and the idea of irregular and repeating and regular patterns are what really makes up the whole world. I'm always inspired by using natural materials because I feel very passionate about the use of natural materials in the mainstream contemporary art world is important because it has a lower carbon footprint. You know, it can just compost pretty much and contribute to the soil around as it breaks down. And I feel like that's a very holistic, and it's an important aspect of art making to me. It's a less self-indulgent aspect of art making.
My name is Michaela Castledine, and this is my work down here at Cottesloe this year. I've moved away from making entirely crochet pieces, although you can see some of these pieces are still crocheted cord, although this is jute that I've hardened with a fabric hardener. But most of the sculptures are now made out of timber. These are made out of marri. You'll all have seen the big marri trees around Perth. This one fell down in my garden in a big storm early last year, and I saved the branches, and I thought these ones looked like the beautiful shapes of numbats, so I decided to turn them into numbats.
So this is Jack from Heavy Duty, standing by our sculpture Beach Goals at Sculptures by the Sea. The idea behind this one is to bring two icons in Australian culture, the beach and the AFL, to the forefront of the discussion on climate change and, you know, the unfortunate reality of where we're heading if we don't make a change. And hopefully you can come down and have a look.